Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising in Venus, welcome. It's Warriors of Light Astro Tarot, and I'm David. I'm doing your heart spread reading. It's an 8-card reading you can see already laid out. This is for love, romance, and relationship. And this is for the mid-May, okay, time frame. And I like to say out of the chute something so that you can kind of know if this is your reading. This is for someone that either has someone on their mind, you're actually in a relationship. It's not a singles reading. So this is about a relationship. And it's a very difficult relationship. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to end. I'm going to ask for guidance as I go along. We can clarify. Notice on the bottom of the deck we did have the Four of Pentacles. So it kind of implies that there's holding back, probably you. Maybe, well, they're holding back too. But I just want to say that so you can say, hey, that doesn't sound like me, and you don't have to waste any time, although we do try to keep this quick, okay? So this is your energy in and around love, romance, and relationship, Leo, the Hierophant. And this is your person's energy in and around love, romance, and relationship, the Six of Pentacles. This card represents their energy towards you, and this represents your energy towards them. So I make that distinction so I kind of see where you're at as a baseline and where they're at as a baseline, and then I want to see how you're interacting. So I don't know how to read this other than there's a marriage with the Hierophant here. It could be like you're standing in your power morally and spiritually, like operating at a high vibrational level. That's an aspect of it. Another simple aspect, the Hierophant's facing right into the reading, and your person over here, you look at them, they're looking down at their coins and they're weighing them, okay? So the Six of Pentacles is all about weighing, pentacles. And that's not a great energy to come into a relationship with, if you get my point. And another thing that this could simply mean, so it'll allow you to kind of intuit it, with this Hierophant, maybe you're just someone who's ready for marriage. Maybe marriage is on your mind, marriage is on the table. You're not one of those people saying, I'm never getting married again, that's not going to happen, or I'm never getting married in the first place. You're someone that's open to that. My sense, though, is that this speaks to someone that there's a marriage involved. It could be them. There's indications of that. It could be you. So in other words, there's like an affair. And again, you can understand, whether that's true or not. So, but that's the elements of you guys relating. Now, what gets really interesting, this is your energy towards them, how you're feeling. 9 of Swords. And this is their energy towards you, how they're feeling. 9 of Cups. Okay. Neither of those, this is not a bad energy to have necessarily. Like if you're dating, and actually it could be a very healthy energy. Let's just being emotionally fulfilled, self-fulfilled can be, right? But in this reading and in this position, it implies to me this is someone who is if they're expressing to you, Leos, an interest in a long-term committed relationship, I don't think they are. And I think they've weighed it out rather carefully. And so I mean, literally, I hate to go here, but this could be, because I can only go what the readings tell me, and this could literally be someone who's playing you. Okay, so this could indicate even like a player energy, and I believe you're feeling it because here you are towards them with the 9 of Swords energy. So again, love for you to leave me a comment so I know if I'm banging here and spirit's banging on this, because this is someone who is mentally disturbed. I mean, up at night, can't sleep, worried, going around in circles over this relationship. This is a terrible, terrible energy to have right here in this position to show how you're feeling. No one on earth wants to be in the 9 of Swords energy in relation to someone, where there's a love and relationship interest here and romance. It's just not. But yet in other words, I get to say it like this, like maybe you come together and when you go apart, you're kind of a wreck. But they're happy about it. Like when they're apart from you, they forget about you and they go about and do what they want. But all you can do, Leo, is think about them and obsess about them, and you're not happy. Okay? Now, so it is a tough reading. I know, but love can be a rumble. And I hope that this is helpful, even though maybe it's not positive. So now this is the energy of what Spirit is suggesting for you in the relationship. Try to help you in regard to this relationship. And this is the energy of what Spirit's suggesting for your person, the cross watcher. I don't perceive that this would be someone that would cross watch. And I'm not even sure this is the kind of reading that you might share with your person, which I sometimes encourage to in gender communication. And by the way, I want to say, using the Gilded Tarot Royale, nobody gives a darn. But with this being advice, and look, it's coming 2 of Swords under the 9 of Swords. So what that is, it's like the 9 of Swords is like, you're just a mess, and you really, like, advice probably wouldn't even help you. You're beyond advice. But carefully here, this is about how you're relating to them. So if you remove yourself, let's just say magically could just remove yourself, maybe you're not naturally just a mess, right? It's in relation to this relationship, and very much because 9 and 9, you guys are relating, okay, but not as I described, not in a good way, not in an integrated way. So with the advice being the 2 of Swords here, it's like you really got to make a decision. I don't always want to see the 2 of Swords as a decision, but here it is. And the decision is, do you want to stay in this energy? Do you, because I said no one in their right mind wants to be in the 9 of Swords energy in terms of love, right? And so what Spirit is kind of asking here, it's a little bit hard. And I always think these readings are really like your guides getting involved if you resonate. And they're kind of saying, because your guides love you. They're not going to say, hey, you dumb fuck. They're going to say, honey, like this. They would say, come on, do you really want to just live like this in this energy? And I think what this is clearly saying to your person is they need to get grounded. Here's this King of Pentacles, and be the King of Pentacles, and this would be honest. I got to be honest with you, I also read intuitively. I feel like they might have another person, and what they're being advised is, man, it's not really a man or woman, but man up, woman up, be an adult, be responsible, have moral integrity, and really stand in your power, okay? That's just, I think, what they're advising for them. Because honestly, I don't think there's really a viable relationship here. And then for the relationship as a whole, you have the 8 of Swords, guys. You got 3 of the worst cards in tarot, and it's all speaking to emotional turmoil. And now this is the advice from Spirit. And so I really think when I don't have a relationship, the whole reading shifts. It's supposed to be a reading where I'm looking at a relationship, right? 2 people. But now it's kind of shifting to it really, the whole thing's about advice for you. And also coming under the 9 of Cups, I want to reemphasize, when they're away from you, they're fine. They're really strong. They're fine. But you're look at, they got the 9 of Cups, party, emotionally content, self-contained. King of Pentacles, totally self-contained, totally capable, strong. But you're a mess, guys. You're just a mess. And you come in as the Hierophant here, which, it's nothing wrong with wanting marriage, and you're coming in strong. So again, I would encourage you to detach, and I think that's also what 2 of Swords is saying. The choice is clear. Detach from this relationship. And now, what this is saying with the 8 of Swords for the relationship as a whole, Spirit is trying to tell you this relationship is an 8 of Swords relationship, because this is the most important card in this little 8-card reading. This is the advice from Spirit. It's not my advice, which I don't always take. I always say I don't necessarily trust me, never trust fucking government, but I always trust advice from Spirit. It's why I love tarot. And the advice from Spirit is the outcome is a 3 of Cups relationship. And I don't always see the 3 of Cups as 3 parties, but this is what it is. Frankly, maybe this is not even a marriage. Maybe they're in love with their work, committed to their work. But if that's the case, that a third party doesn't always have to be a person. If there's something standing between, I think it might be here, right, even a marriage. But nevertheless, anything that significantly stands between the 2 people, really, if you're going to have a relationship, you got to come together, and they're not. And so, really, what you're being told here, Leo, I'm sorry, this is the toughest reading I've had in a while. Best case scenario, the outcome of this relationship, I'm going to put it like this, is friends with benefits. And if you were happy with that, great, because I think they are, but you're not. I know you're not. I've been there. I've absolutely been right here. And I said no, and it was kind of the love of my life at that time. But thank you, guys.